I like songs that are very upbeat and really kind of give you a reason to bop around a little bit, but whose lyrics are a little bit darker and a little heavier. It's like a weird juxtaposition. And I write a lot of songs like that. And this next one is kind of like that, and I'll explain it to you, probably not as long as it took me to explain the last one. But I was having a disagreement one day, this was, my gosh, probably close to 20 years ago, with someone who may or may not be here tonight. I never like to make people uncomfortable and say their name, so I won't say it's you, John. I'm nervous, so I say that. Sorry, John. Not John, no. But anyway, here's the thing. We are, it's the thyroid, yes. You understand. But John and I go back many, many years. The story is way too long to explain. Anybody who knows us knows the story. But we're very different, are we not? Yeah. He's a rebel, I'm not. He does things that like blow my mind. You know, we had a disagreement about how to handle a certain situation this one time. And I was like, no, we can't do that. He said, listen, I would rather beg forgiveness than ask permission. I'd never heard that. Until that time. It freaked me out. Because what that did to me is it showed me how I live in this little box. I consider everybody's feelings before I make any decision. I don't push any boundaries. I'm afraid to do that kind of stuff. I admire that. I admire that like kind of rebel thing. But I also realized that my mother was like that. Her mother was like that. Her mother's mother was like that. We're just like all martyrs or something, I don't know. But it made me realize that I come from a long line of suffering. Music loud out there. I come from a long line of suffering. I grin and bear the pain. I spent my whole life wondering from a long night of suffering. I'll stay right here where the coast is clear. I don't expect too much of anything, no, no, 'cause I come from a long line of suffering. I come from a long line of suffering. Oh, the suffering continues. But if you don't mind, I have a closet on stage, so I have to use it. So if you don't mind, throughout the show, I'm going to take a little break to go to the closet, and I have to change my clothes because that's part of what I do. But if you look at me right now, other than the shoes, right, these rainbow boots, and this sequin belt, yes. Don't I look like I could be a mom?